tell me if this scenario is relatable. You're spiritually centered. You have clarity. You have a great sense of peace. Everything seems aligned. And then a bill comes in. Um, Money goes out, an unexpected charge of something. Or you're receiving money. What happens? Is there a contraction? Is there an openness? How do we relate to money? This is the topic for today: divine order and money. And it's not about being better with our money, it's about being a better receiver, a better holder, a better attractor. So, welcome to Walking the Path. And here we are at Rythmia. What an amazing place. What an amazing place. Each week, individuals come here for many different reasons. Some people are at the end of their rope. Other people are just curious. Other people have been working on the same thing for a long time. Lots of different reasons. Healing, looking for direction in life, getting over a divorce, starting a new chapter, all sorts of reasons. But whatever reason they come here for, they get a soul merger, a return to a state of wholeness that is our natural state. And when we feel whole, we realize we were never broken and there's nothing wrong with us, and that we are not defective or moral failures, but that what actually the rackets that we'd been running were intelligent adaptations at the level of a 5, 6, 7-year-old. And they worked until they didn't. And now you're here. That's what Rythmia is all about: to merge back to a state of wholeness, to see our inherent wholeness, that we're never broken, there was nothing wrong with us. We just had a misperception of reality. And once we clean that up, friction goes away, life is in flow. Doesn't mean that everything's rainbows and unicorns from now on. But it means that no matter what happens in the external world, there's something in here that out there can't touch. Because the world didn't give it to you. So the world can't take it away. Come see us. We'd love to have you. All right. So this talk today is about money. Money. We've been doing a whole series on divine order this last month. And the first week we talked about divine order already exists, right? There's nothing that we have to create. We don't create divine order. Oh boy. Hold on. Sorry. Sorry, folks. I had a little technical issue here. Uh-oh. Okay. Everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. Sorry, technical difficulties. Here we are. We're back. Money. So what about money? We were talking about what we did first this month. First, we talked about divine order already exists. It's not something we have to create. It's something that already exists, and we simply align with it. We don't have to conduct the symphony. We just need to tune our instrument. That was the first week. Then we talked about divine order in the body temple. Right? The divine order in our body temple isn't so much like my body is rejecting me, but it's what message is my body trying to tell me? That there's already an order that exists. It's already there. I'm pulling something forward in my body temple. How do I relate to the body and the divine order that already exists? There's systems in our body that are already happening. And we, again, align with the divine order within us. And then last week, we talked about spiritual practice. And the big takeaway was spiritual practice isn't what we do in the morning or in the evening. Those are important. But that spiritual practice is what we do throughout the day, how often we can return. And then tonight, so what we saw really was divine order wasn't about control. It was really about alignment and creating a life where energy can move through us freely. As we reduce friction, there's more flow. That's the simple truth. So, and one of the places where this becomes most visible and most challenged is in our relationship with money, you know, and this is where it gets pretty honest, because I can be totally on my spiritual principle and know that God is all there is and everything's working together for my good, but I don't have enough money in my bank account. That changes everything. You know what I mean? This is really where a lot of spiritual people lose their spiritual practice, lose their spiritual principle, because it's real hardcore. Do I believe? Do I trust that I will be provided for? You know, the question moves from, is the universe going to take care of me, to, do I trust that I'm already being provided for? Because our relationship with money isn't really about money. It's about whether we feel supported. And most of our patterns around money come from a very old place. You know, they come from a fear that there won't be enough. They come from a fear that we're not going to be taken care of. Somehow we're not going to meet it. We're not going to make it. Life's not going to take care of us. This fear that I got to do it. If I don't, nobody else will. But the truth is that before you ever arrived here, there was milk in your mother's breast waiting for you. All the food that you needed was here. All the medicine that you needed was here. There was water. There was air for your lungs to breathe. Life went before us and provided what was necessary before we needed it. That's actually a natural law. It's already here, if we have but eyes to see and ears to hear. This is the truth, that our perception creates reality. So am I living in a world where everything was already here for me? I just need to open up. I just need to align with it to receive what's already been given. Or do I live in a world where I have to make it happen? Because this is the nature of reality. Consciousness precedes form. Form follows consciousness. Provision precedes awareness. It's already there. Provision precedes awareness. So when I can't see it, when there's an appearance of lack, because there's no lack in a universe that has everything. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, but transferred or conveyed into various forms. The first law of thermodynamics. All the energy that there ever was, ever could be, is already here. That is a scientific law. It's already here. So if it's already here and I'm not experiencing it, is it because there's lack? Or is it something that I get to align with? Is it something that I get to clean my perceptual windows, as Reverend Michael says? Clear the glasses. Oh my, I can see more clearly now. This is the truth. The question isn't, will life provide? But do I trust that I'll be supported? And we have to build that level of trust, you know, because money reflects whether we feel safe or unsafe, whether we feel supported or unsupported, whether we feel open or defended, whether we feel trusting or controlling. Our relationship with money reflects where we stand on all of these very key patterns in our life. Money actually reveals what we really believe. That's what I'm trying to say. Money reveals what we actually believe about life. Do I believe that life goes before me and provides what is necessary? Or do I believe that it's a dog-eat-dog world and I gotta, if it ain't mine to grab, it ain't mine to have, you know, fuck everybody else, I gotta get mine? What kind of world? What kind of world do we live in? You know, I say an oath every day, just about every day. And I have a group that gets together and we say the oath of creation and materialization. And it helps me to lift my mind above confusion. And it goes like this. I accept and receive unexpected good, unexpected money, unexpected love, unexpected kindness, unexpected generosity, unexpected offers, unexpected prosperity, coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places in my life and the life of others. You know what? I am constantly guided and boldly empowered to receive the lavish opulence and prosperity of the universe. I accept the principle that thriving, success, and prosperity have already been given to me. It's my acceptance that makes it real and opens the space for creation and materialization to rush in. I open to receive and to give. It is done now. Through this oath of creation and materialization, all things are possible. I declare absolutely that I live in a friendly universe that is always providing for me. I feel it powerfully happening now. I open to receive more prosperity and to give more prosperity than I have ever experienced before. I can afford anything I desire. In fact, I'm so prosperous, I need never worry again. I'm grateful for all that I already have, and I'm grateful for all that I'm ready to give. I keep myself lifted in high consciousness no matter what the appearances are. God is all there is. I let the God times roll, and so it is. Powerful, huh? That was written, the original version, I've changed it. The original version was written by Reverend Cheryl Ward, who was one of my teachers and senior ministers at Agape International Spiritual Center, my spiritual home, as is Rythmia. And I changed some of the words, and I talked to Reverend Cheryl about it. But it doesn't matter. That oath, I have a group that says that oath. People love it because it reminds us, what kind of world am I living in? Am I living in a friendly universe that's always providing for me? Trust me, if it wasn't friendly, we wouldn't stand a chance. Now, this is where we shift from guarding, from bracing, guarding, bracing, holding back. We shift to openness, receptivity, and trust. We have to lift our minds to realize that we are living in a friendly universe, that there's always been something there. When our back was against the wall, when we were just about to fall, something picked us up. Something picked me up this morning. So the truth here, the spiritual truth about money is we live in a universe where God is not separate from life and where God is the source and supply. And I'm not talking about a Santa Claus God, a man in the sky God. I'm talking about life, capital L, life. Life is the source and supply. Life went before us and provided what was necessary. And this life is full to overflowing of intelligence and love and beauty and excellence and creativity and joy and harmony and balance and order and magnificence and et cetera and more and power and all of it. That's life. And it's all right here, right now. We have to clean our vision in order to see reality. So something like the oath, something like having spiritual principles that are my go-to principles. Everything is unfolding in divine perfection. God is all there is. God is in the midst. Everything works together for my good. Everything is working together for the best and highest individual and collective good. These spiritual principles anchor me in the moments when the vicissitudes of life might have me believe differently. And I'm not talking about spiritual bypass, where it's like, oh, everything's great. Oh, everything's great. No, this isn't happening. Let's rearrange the chairs on the deck of the Titanic. Nah, that's bypassing. I'm talking about real spiritual work where we say, I'm not enjoying this experience. I would really prefer to have a different experience. This ain't cool. And yet I know there's something good here for me. There's something wonderful seeking to emerge. Something wonderful is always seeking to emerge. If I have but eyes to see and ears to hear, let me see it. This is one of my favorite prayers I learned from Reverend Michael. I know there's some good here. Let me see it. Help me to see it. Help me to see how this is good. Help me to see the prosperity that's right here. Help me to see that life is for me. Help me to see that life went before me and provided what was needed. It's the eyes that we see with that creates the reality. We begin by realizing that it's not something we have to earn or chase, but it's something we have to align with. This is the whole point of divine order, is that order exists. We don't have to impose it. We don't have to create it. We simply must align with it. And when we begin to pull away, to deconstruct, to unbecome the things that have blocked us from seeing clearly, we remove friction and increase flow. Bam. Now, money also comes with some identities that have to do with our protective strategies. The overgiver, right? I discount everything. I want to make sure that you get more than enough. Those are all beautiful qualities. But when I'm overgiving, from a sense that if I don't give, I give to stay connected, I give to stay safe, that's the overgiver. I'm giving to get. Another personality type with money is the avoider. Oh, I don't need to even bother. I don't even look at my accounts. Everything's cool. I don't need to worry about that. I just don't, the avoider, if I don't look, I don't have to feel fear. I don't have to deal with it. I just trust everything's going to be okay. That's great that you trust everything's going to be okay. But that's like a level of avoidance, because like anything, money is a spirit. Everything partakes of the nature of God. There is nothing in this universe that is not God. Nothing. God is all there is. This presence, this intelligence, this life force, this energy, this beauty. And money has an energy. Money has a frequency. Money is a spirit. Money is an animus. It is a real vibrant spirit. And if we're not creating a place, if I'm avoiding looking at my accounts, if I'm avoiding dealing with some bills, if I'm avoiding taxes, if I'm avoiding all that stuff, I'm not creating a safe place for this spirit to hang out. And one thing I learned a long time ago is spirits will fulfill. Actually, I didn't learn it that long ago. Spirits will fill the chalice that you create for them. So most things that we see are our own creation. The spirit, we probably couldn't handle if we really saw. In fact, in the Bhagavad Gita, there's a moment where Arjuna is asking Krishna, he's like, I want to see your real form, right? Because he appeared as a man. I want to see your real form. And so Krishna starts to unveil, right? And to show Arjuna who he really is. And Arjuna's like, whoa, let's go back to the human form. That's can't handle that, right? We really couldn't handle the immensity of the other layers of the universe, right? Beyond our limited perception. So the spirits have to fulfill the chalice that we create for them, because that's about all we can handle. Now apply that to money. What am I applying to money? What chalice am I creating for money? Money's the root of all evil. More money, more problems. Rich people are selfish and greedy. Money doesn't grow on trees. Money's hard to come by. Money's dirty. I wrote these down. Money changes people. You can't take it with you. If you're spiritual people don't care about money. Can't be spiritual and rich. That's a lie. That's a lie. Why? Because the nature of God is prosperous. The nature of life is full to overflowing, opulent. That's the nature of life. Why would we go against nature? Our nature is prosperity, thriving, success, and well-being on all levels. But these ideas, around money are the chalice that we're creating for it. A dirty, evil thing. Okay, great. It's going to fill that. But the truth is, and someone, when I said money is the root of all evil the other day, someone corrected me and said, the love of money is the root of all evil. I said, well, that ain't true neither, because I love money. Money is so good to me. I get massages. It feeds me. a roof over my head. I go on vacations with it. Oh my God, I've been to some amazing places with money, you know? So let's be real. I really love money. It supports me. It's a tool. It's a tool that helps me to live life. Let's write our relationship. Let's create a chalice for this beautiful entity that offers so much. Let's clean it up, right? Just notice some of those things I said, which one felt familiar, which one felt true. Wow, I just looked at the time. I'm really going off on it today. All right, so when you think about money, what do you believe? When you think about money coming in, money going out, what happens in your body? Feel it. I want you to feel, even if it doesn't make sense, just let the first thing arise. There's no right answer. What do you believe about money? Money is. If I had money, I would feel how? If I fully trusted life to support me, I would fill in the blank. With money, I feel in the blank. These are some exploratory questions. The part of me that struggles with money believes what? Explore these ideas and see what your relationship to money is, because if we think about money coming in, money going out, and there's tightness in my system, there's heaviness, there's pressure, there's numbness, there's a relationship, there's a chalice that we're holding for this spirit to fill. And I don't want you to change it. If you think about money going out and you feel it, don't change it. Feel it. Allow that loop to complete, because it goes back. It goes back to a core wounding. It goes back to an early belief, right? So there's a process that we can do that'll help you observe first the feeling, feel it, right, and then let it get, feel it, and then ask the question. When have I felt this before? When was this impression made? When did I make up this decision about money? And usually it comes from fear or sadness or confusion or urgency. There's something underneath it. So as you start to excavate these feelings about money, you can then begin to write a new narrative. One of my favorite things to say, I'm supported. Life supports me. Life's always been meeting me. I'm not alone. Not alone. I am supported. I have. Feel that. I'm supported. I have. So, okay, I think this is our talk for today. This idea of divine order already existing, that money is an expression, the natural prosperity and harmony and balance and order of the universe is always seeking to express itself, and that I don't really have to change. I don't have to. This talk is not about becoming a better money manager. There are important things for you to do about managing money for all of us. But the first and most important piece is our spiritual relationship to money, and removing some of the friction so that we can become good receivers and holders and circulators of money. Receivers, holders, and circulators of money. Because prosperity and service are all God. Prosperity and service are the same thing. In fact, being of service is the most prosperous thing that you can do. I'm going to leave it there. Blessings. I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for joining.